Hello, dear friends. I'm M.K.Anand. I'm a co-founder and strategic business advisor from Sea Change Consulting, Chennai. I've been traveling with entrepreneurs ever since I ventured into business. It's almost 26 years now. Over the last 17 years, I've been working and supporting as an advisor to various businesses, in particular micro and small medium enterprises, in terms of the strategic advice, in terms of L&D initiatives like learning and development, training, coaching, consulting. I've been working with mid-cap organizations and multinationals and Indian enterprises. I have few thoughts which I thought I'll bounce it here for the viewers to know. There's something called 5W1H, which is quite popular in the management circle. So anything and everything we do, we look at it from the framework of 5W1H. So if you put this 5W and 1H in anything and everything which you do, you will be able to streamline your thought process, and which essentially will be able to help you to run your organization or your work more comfortably in a deterministic way. The first what, basically when we deal with clients, especially with the small medium enterprises, especially with the entrepreneurs, the psyche of entrepreneur is it's very, very critical, because he is a person who ventured with a lot of money, either borrowed or personal, and he has to develop teams, he has to build organization, he has to be creative, he has to be futuristic, yet he has to be at day-to-day's work of generating positive impact in the business, keeping all the employees happy, keeping all the stakeholders happy, generate revenue, and handle risk, handle government, handle external agencies, vendors. There are so many innumerable aspects the entrepreneur has to manage. He is also a human being. So as a human being, imagine a person goes for a work, has only 9:30, 5:30 approach. But for us, an entrepreneur, it is not 5:30, 9:30, 5:30, it's 24/7, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 365 days a year, decades. So finally, what I would like to conclude here in what format here is the emotions. An entrepreneur is like a child for me. He has to be taken care, he has to be morally supported, emotionally supported. We need to give shoulder to him more than the business front. We need to give them a lot of comfort. That's what strategic business advisors role in one area, which means he goes close to the entrepreneur. He can understand the entrepreneur in totality. So this is one aspect. Of course, he helps entrepreneur as a parallel agency, and he knows how, when he emotes, and when and why he needs certain things. He might need a person who can support him on certain areas. As a strategic business advisor, he knows where and whom to bring at the right time to support this entrepreneur. I would say a strategic business advisor is like a mirror of an entrepreneur. But he is an entrepreneur of his business, but this man is a mirror who supports entrepreneur in totality with absolute transparency, clear fairness. The next title here comes in 5W1H is why. There are a lot of external aspects, including the internal aspects, determines the success of the entrepreneur in the journey of the entrepreneurship. Here he needs somebody like a conscience. Somebody should be there who can think out of the box, but who is not attached to the problem. When we are in problem, we are so much attached to our own problems. So when I am in problem, I will not be able to solve as creatively as the third person or the second person. So I always go to the second person or the third person to seek some support and guidance. As a strategic business advisor, this is one of the key role which I play, and I will become is external person as well as internally well understood individual who will be able to give out of the box thinking, who will be able to connect the right resources so that his problems are solved on a day-to-day basis. It need not be only the business challenges, it could be sometime even beyond business. Then who? The who comes is a key role. Everything is actually well connected, well knitted in 5W1H. The who plays a very, very essential part. Entrepreneur needs somebody who can have high integrity, high honesty, and highest ethical practices, so that the manipulations can be completely avoided. And as a strategic business advisor, we don't flatter our clients. We don't go and say that you are great. He may be doing great things, but I wouldn't say you are great, superb. He's not a child in one sense. Childlike, but definitely childish, no. A small kid definitely requires a lot of external motivation. But a grown-up adult entrepreneur does not need external motivation, but he wants critical inputs. Critical inputs will help him to actually grow himself better. Every time as a strategic business advisor, I look at entrepreneur, how can he better himself in the next event or in the next occasion? Not just praising his current success. Of course, we celebrate the success. Celebration will be there, but next success, a higher level of success. Constantly, continuously, we focus on that. Then comes where? Of course, anywhere in India. We are from India. We are based out of southern India. We are based out of Chennai. I am in Chennai. But I travel across various places wherever the entrepreneur needs our support. As a SBA, Strategic Business Advisor, I go meet them and help them out across the country, even outside the country. A few places we traveled and supported. And when a strategic business advisor required for an entrepreneur, it is actually as I told you in the beginning, it's like a mirror image of an entrepreneur. It's not that he has to be there all the time in his office next to his cabin. Need not be. And he can be at his own place. I can be in my own place. Yet I can connect it with that entrepreneur. Thanks to technology, digital transformation. Today, everything is on a mobile phone, on a phone call, on a WhatsApp, on an email, on a Zoom meetings, the video conferencing, and of course physical meetings also. Need not be only in the office hours, need not be only at office. Sometimes it can be outside the office. Many entrepreneurs invite me as a good friend, a family friend, well-wisher, and I go to their residence also sometime to support them on the domestic front, the family front, certain issues we discuss openly. It happens because of the level of intensity and the maturity and the relationship builds over the period of time. So it's like we are part of the family, not just looking at our business or professional transaction. It's part of the family. This resolves the when question. Then finally the how. How it happens? It happens by the way. I wouldn't put any framework or structure here. People come to know through the credibility we build over the years, and so many turnarounds, so many entrepreneurs who succeeded by availing strategic business advisor, and he feels it, so he spreads words around, and people contact us, people read, people observe, people connect with us, thanks to social media and digital transformation happening in the world. And finally, the value proposition. So what, as a strategic business advisor, we are supposed to bring to the table of an entrepreneur is we need to know the domain experts of every field the business needs, so that we can actually facilitate that work of bringing the best resource person or the resources to the organization. It could be from the recruitment perspective, it could be from vendor alignment perspective, it could be partnering organizations, alliances, and it could be even funding organization to support this entrepreneur. And of course the training and coaching their employees and creating processes in place, people, process, technology in place, hand-holding their business aspects. Everything comes as a value proposition, as a package to the entrepreneur. And streamlined operation is what normally every entrepreneur looks into. That has to be brought in by the strategic business advisor. And finally, everything, whatever we have been discussing today, finally it has to help him to grow his organization 1x, 2x, 3x, 5x, the growth path. That's why in 2020, the theme what we have in Sea Change and what we carry is digital transformation for tennis growth. This is a digital revolution which is happening, so all of us have to be part of it. As a strategic business advisor, I am extremely happy to support my clients all over the country, entrepreneurs, and we directly deal with entrepreneurs and business owners and their A team, and bring in experts and professionals to support. So this is one of the kind of a capsule which we thought we will share it with the viewers, and look forward to catch up with you sometime. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.